Hello my kobolds and creatures and welcome to Vintage Story. It's another voxel style game, but this time it's a little more heavy on the survival. And there goes a motorbike over the recording. Oh wow. We need a name. Ruins of... There we go. Ruins of Old Kobolds. Let's do that. So I'm just going to pick up all the standard stuff for this and really get the game loading before explaining things. It's your common voxel survival. Comparing it to Minecraft is... it's not really a good thing. I mean, it's still blocks. It's still those steps. But there's no end boss. No alternate realities, to my knowledge. I'm still a little loose on the lore and stuff, so we'll have to see how that fares out. I do want to tap the volume down a little on my end. It's a little loud for my taste. Hopefully on your end it sounds good though. I did do a bit of a pre-test to see if things would work. Changed the graphic settings already, so everything should work out fine. And hopefully this all loads in pretty quickly. I already have an idea of like the character creation, things like that. So we should really hit the ground running. But once we actually get into the game itself, I still have mostly no idea what I'm doing. Rule for this though is that there's going to be no editing, no cutting or any nonsense like that. Because otherwise I will literally spend just weeks holding onto the files and just trying to make things perfect, but things will never be perfect, will they? So it's easy to just do it this way and get something out. The idea is I just want to sort of work on a side series whilst other projects are in the works. So I think long braid. No, there is the short, messy braid I'm looking for. No mustache, no beard. I don't know. I might go with black hair. We're gonna go with that. Maybe make you blue, grey. I don't know. Ooh, that's no. We're gonna confirm the skin as that. Now, this game does have a lot of features. It is definitely an ocean of mechanics. So I already know the class I want, but I'll still go through them all for everyone else's sake. Let's start again. Commoner. No special abilities, just your average Joe. Hunters get increases in bows and animal loot, but they are far-sighted and they are claustrophobic, so they get a mining decrease. And because I want to do a lot of building still on this season, I want something that's not going to be too... It's going to lean into the building, the one I want-ish, I think. I have no idea. Increase the drop rate in Malefactor, something this like the other. Clockmaker, that's definitely the one I'm going to go with. Precise Tinkering. Less health, less melee damage. But what I've noticed is that ranged weapons seem to be more of the ideal. You don't want to get in close to any of the creatures that are in this game. They are not nice contenders. Blackguard, more of a soldier kind of background, but the increase in hunger and the heavy-handed, you lose loot from things. I mean, when I was practicing, my hunger rate on the Clockmaker was going down ridiculously fast, so I have no idea how Ravenous would become anything. Tailor, clothes, command armor. The only thing is that most clothes aren't going to give you much defense. I mean, there's a lot of like decorative clothes, but I don't think I'd want that for the penalties you get given. And we're back to Commoner, so I'll just quickly go over to Clockmaker, confirm the class, and load into a random seed. Oh, I am not happy. We are literally thrown into this world, kicking and screaming as we've just woken up after some long rest. That's about all I know from the lore so far. There is lore to this game. It is preset to some degree, but I don't know how deep that goes. I do want to try and get some sticks from these branches. So, I can't just go around punching trees. I do have to get some stones and some flint. and sort of chisel out the shape I need for my tools. So I can't just do what I want. I do start with a map. Anyway, I can have a look at that quickly, and that's not bad. I mean, I do like enjoying my port towns, so this weird little thing here, that might be a nice place to visit first. And on the way I can look out for some stones and things. I do need, really, just grab anything that's not hammered down. I'm trying to think of anything else that's not, anything else that's immediately important. Inventory space, that might be an interesting one. Inventory is empty. We only have the hotbar for now until we start putting bags and other things in these slots. So we have to be careful with what we pick up at the beginning, and here's what we're after. I notice that if a rock has a single grey piece, that's flint. Whoa, talking at 10 miles an hour today. Someone has definitely put 10p in the tank, haven't they? Okay, that is pretty much marshland. That is not what I'm after, but... So that's driftwood. I wonder if driftwood can be used as normal wood, I don't know. I think this is going to be a... Oh. I didn't know these wagons could have a secondary slot. Okay. Merchants. Traders. Haven't seen you around here. You just wake up. We have a few options here. No. I don't know what you mean. You're kind of popping up like daisies across the land. Don't know where you're from. Don't know what you're doing here. None of you seem to talk about it. What are the options here? To try to survive as always. They're all out here like this. You know what? I don't know the law, so I'm going to go with I'm not entirely sure myself. Wish I could help you. You got anything to trade? Your name? My gears? What's your name? What kind of you? Ah, it's Shift. Okay. Gears. Yes. Another currency is gears, but well, they are limited. They're durable, and they're frankly useless to us. Perfect for currency. Wish they weren't so damned heavy though. I see. Why live out here like this? Most people live in villages, holed up and cautious of any threats. And there certainly are threats, as you've likely seen. Not yet. Not me though. I like it out here, and besides, there's profit to be made. You know, what are those horrible creatures anyway? Ah, those miserable souls. Cursed ones, drifters. They come and go, lost in grief and rage. Punished by God, they were. Oh. They could seek atonement, but nay, all they wish to do is spread more misery. Oh, okay. There's some sort of God in this world. Yeah, we'll just go. Sorry, I'm holding up your time, aren't I? I'm just going to go with the early options. They challenged God himself, and God cast them down to the earth to wriggle like worms. They remain there still, in the deep. It's not safe down below. Not safe at all. Got anything to trade? Ooh. What on... Oh, that's... I can sell these items, which I definitely do not have. And I can buy clothes, metal parts, a helmet, more clothes, more painting, oak tabletop, treasure map. I did not. Sorry, I'll hurry up. Saddle blanket, crap phase. Yeah. Sorry, I'll get out your way then. And yeah, I should actually try and carry on because, you know what I'm going to do is open the map first. I'm going to zoom in a bit. I'm going to right click right where we are. And is there a wagon symbol? Ruins pop, wagon symbol, random color, and trade a shift, and it's misc. I wouldn't say they really have anything specific, so, you know. Yeah, it does say where they are and all that jazz. I need to find more flint. So drifters, creatures that come out of night. And that's about all I know, but bony soil. That's about all I know. Probably going into this, you'll probably know as much as I do, so it's not going to be... You're not going to be any... Things aren't going to be any clearer to me than they are for you. And I know they said not to go into the cave. I don't think it's too deep here. No, as far as I can see, that's it. As soon as it gets dark in this game, though, it is completely pitch black. So if I'm without a torch, then it's hopeless. Right, what I need to do... Actually, I've got the flint now, and there are cattails around here. That's the next thing on my list. So I'm going to crouch down and make myself an axe, not an axe, a knife. And this is how you create your first few tools. You have to carve them out by hand. And I know that you can just get the outline in place, even miss the diagonals as well. There we go. And then our first thing is to get the knife and the stick. Put that together and we have a simple knife. I should have tested to see if the driftwood worked. Oh well. Although we have another flint in our inventory, you need one piece to sort of chisel it and one piece to actually make into the item. Why is that not cutting? Yeah. Cut off the top piece for the plant, the cattail. I'm going to cut the base because the roots can be cooked up later for a very early game food source. So step 1, get all this material. So while we've got some time, I'm going to do some repetitive work. I can talk about the series as a whole. Maybe this will be some Forever World. Yeah, that was a fumble and a half, wasn't it? This might be some Forever World, or we just play on it for a bit, build a house. We'll see how it goes. I'm not going to try and make promises I can't keep this time. As far as my other series goes, Age of Scales, fully intend to get back onto that once I get some votes in and we find out what seed we're going to take. If I don't get seeds, a decision on the seeds after a few months or so, I'll just pop in on my own anyway. And then Simps, that is going to be difficult. I lost so much footage of that series that I'm going to have to essentially animate another entire episode to explain what happened in between. That's already in the progress. I'd say we're a third done, maybe? And I am pulling back on it. Those that have seen previous episodes will have seen some of the animations. I'm really pulling it, simplifying. What are we on now? I want to get to 20, I think. Is it 20? I can't remember. So the first thing we want to build, cattails in a U shape, and it takes 2 in each slot to make one basket. To throw that there. That is good. Next thing I want to do, ooh, berry. Perfect. Berries are a good food source. I'm going to throw that driftwood because I thought that was a building then. It's just a weird rock formation. I'm going to destroy that bush and take it with me because I could just replant it and move it somewhere else. What I do need to do is find a place to call home. Because if I do not have a shelter by nightfall, I am as good as dead. Okay, so looking at this map, I want to stay close to water because I need a lot of this at the early game. Even if what we build is just a temporary little way station or something. In our first night. That doesn't sound too bad. While we get our bearings and everything. One thing we do need to watch out for is rifts. So those drifts, as they spoke about before, they will spawn in certain places and there'll be this weird shimmery dark void thing. I will take that. I need to avoid those. We also need to make sure our sanity doesn't decrease too much, or else there'll be some other rift shenanigans that'll take place where essentially, to compare to Minecraft world, rather than us going into the nether, the overworld will become a nightmare in itself. So we need to avoid that happening at all costs. The way that happens is if the gear starts turning anti-clockwise at the bottom of our screen. I don't know why I'm using my knife to cut those bushes. I need to figure out where I want to go. I could move further north, but I really sort of want to stay around this. You know what, there's a little bit here that sticks out. I might go there. Because I think where we are right now is probably close enough. Ooh, cracked pot. We don't have the storage, or do we? We actually do, because we made... What did we just pick up? Copper. That is perfect. Early game, after you've done stone, you want to be working towards copper, and it can be quite hard to get all the copper you need. So that 4 is going to be a perfect little advancement. Alright, and there are a lot of cherry bushes actually here. Yep, cranberry bushes. I'm going to go map once again. Actually, home's right there. And what we've got, 9 days. That's practically a full growth cycle if I remember. So even though some of these are already flowering, I'm going to still pull them up. Go. And hopefully that means that they will grow when I place them back down. Oh, no, I didn't want that. I think I just destroyed the flint that was underneath that. That's not good. Different fertility soils. I think we passed the little bit I was going to make my home on. This little jutting out bit here. Some sort of... My idea is to make some kind of lighthouse kind of thing that we can sort of build off on, but it'll also be a good little waypoint so that we know where we're going. What I should build next is a bed. Now, beds do not set your spawn, so if I die I will not wake up right beside it, but it will still allow me to cut through the night, or at least skip ahead 7 hours. So it is something that I still think is important to get as early as possible, because skipping those 7 hours is going to be important. Trying to think of other things I know I can sort of pass on. I mean, most other videos will probably go into much better detail than I will. Time-wise, a day in Vintage Story lasts about 20 minutes, I think. Don't like that being so close. Yeah, I am not building a house close to a pit like that. Creatures could come from that. It's not worth the risk. You know what? There is a tiny, well, not tiny, but a small enough island here. Right here. And I think that's good enough as anything to make a home from. So let's start somehow making a house, even though I've got no materials to make a house. I don't know why there is a fern in my inventory. I need to gather dirt. That is what I need to do. But to get dirt, I need other things. I know what I can do. I'm going to make a box or 2, and that will mark our home. Get some dirt, build up some walls, and see how we go from there. Oh, I think my rambling just went into new heights. So this episode probably just gonna get the first day done once we get to a sleep. do that. And I'll just use this as like a test recording essentially. See how this goes. Let's see if it's worth uploading or not. Yeah, I'll upload it regardless. The videos on my YouTube are just so inconsistent. You'll have some where it's like, oh, fully animated ideas and amazing builds, and other times I will talk your ear off about absolutely nothing. I should probably write some talking points, or at least slow down. But nah, it's my style. We're already on 30, and I think that is where I'm going to leave that then. Can I just tear this out and get nothing? No. I'm going to have lots of ferns and other random junk just laying around on the floor. First things first, give me that basket, which I know can go. That would go there. That can go. No, don't want the dirt. Oh, nuisance. You can go there, and I can just start shoveling in random objects in here. That'll do. What about that? I do not want the common fern. I do want the different soil types on me, because that is going to be our building blocks. And nugget, you can go in there too. Oh, okay. Dirt. That means I shouldn't have put my flint away, because I want to flint and a stick. And next we need a shovel. Find shovel. Hold Alt so that we freeze our camera. There we go. And it's just a matter of that. And a stick makes our shovel. There we go. And everything else can be put back in here. Or not. Oh dear, that sun is already looking pretty low in the sky. Let's be hasty. I've really been talking for 20 minutes straight. Ugh. Let's just carve down one of these hills. Ooh. What's nice is I don't even have to go back and add music to the quiet sections, because Vintage already comes with its own set of really thematic pieces. I mean, they just really suit the game. They really knew what they were doing with this, didn't they? I mean, I could have picked any game, but I do like my voxels, my creative style games, and this one, as soon as I heard about it, it's like, yeah, I think that's exactly what I would like a piece of. I mean, what, those that have seen some of my really old videos, I mean like old enough where you couldn't actually hear the audio properly, but back in like season 0 of Age of Scales, back when I was just trying out things, I did talk about a game called Hightail. And anyone who's, you know, heard of Vintage Story is clearly aware of the whole migration that's happened from people waiting on a game that isn't even out yet, just to find out, nope, Hightail's been cancelled, or at least put in some limbo state. And now everyone's like sort of searching for something else. And that's where Vintage Story comes in. It sort of scratched that itch of being a better voxel experience. Alright, what are we on for material wise? Almost a full stack. And food wise, we are low, but I think we'll manage. What I might do is just go through the entire shovel, which would probably only get us like a stack and a half, which isn't great, but it might do us for our first house. Come on. Oh, and there we go. And I've sort of made a bit of a stairway so that if we need to, we can run up there for whatever reason. Alright, jump on this little island. And what I should do, because this is here, zoom in, right click, and I'm just going to call it home. Let it keep its default words. Green, save, there we go. For now it's home. No name to it yet, but we'll see about that later. And because I'm still a noob at this, anyone who's more experienced, I would love to hear any advice for anyone falling into this blind. Oh dear, it is getting dark. Oh dear, what do I need to do next? I need to grab all my hay, which isn't actually a lot. I think it's... no, it's not that. Something like that. Yep. Okay, we don't have enough grass to make a bed. What I think we're going to do then is literally do the absolute minimum to get maybe even just a 2x2 shelter like that. And I'll pop one there as well, just so we have a bit of a space sealed off for a door. Like so. That'd be perfect. And that's probably going to do us for a house, at least for now. Grass, can we just shift click that? Yeah. And then we need to make firewood. We're not going to do well without firewood. A bed and firewood, that's what we need to do. Get rid of that fern. I need, what is it, 8? 8 more grass, make a hay bale, I can make a hay bed. That is good enough. Even if I don't have a fire pit, oh, let's get that out of there. Oh, that there, good. And even if it's just that, the most cramped building possible. I have to actually crouch to get in and out of the house. But that's not bad really, it's just a thing that is. Okay, quite happy that we at least have a shelter, and what I might try and do is just get an axe. Just cutting that out. Do I have a stick on me? I do. Give me the axe head. Put a stick on it and put that there. Ooh. Cutting things close to the wire now, I think. We can get that out of our inventory as well. Positive, water. Creatures are pretty slow in the water, so that might be an advantage. Need to find a nearby tree. Trees on the other side. Because basically I need to make a door. Oh, come on. I don't know why I'm jumping. You're faster if you don't jump. Okay. Running. Chop down this as fast as I can. Oh, you're hungry. We do have food in our hotbar. I can pause a minute and just eat that. No, eat. That'll do. Chop. We'll eat the rest when we get back home. I do not want to be out in this darkness. There are monsters out here. Need wood to make a door. And even with tools, it takes forever to chop this down. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, hurry, hurry. There we go. Okay, okay, I think I've got what we needed. We can run back. Ooh. Almost there. Right, crawl in, and we're in. Alright, where am I? I think it's those. Then 2 of those. You put the axe in the corner. Nope, I always do this backwards, don't I? Just show you that for now. And do I have another stick in my inventory? I do not, which means it'll be in there. Come on, we're running out of time here. Come on. You're rushing and you start fumbling even more. Come on, give me that. Which is a door, which we can put on there, which is good, which we can lock that down. A closed door is better than nothing. I'm gonna start putting things away. Hopefully you can see something. I am really low visibility myself here right now, so I can't really see much myself. Alright, put the firewood. I need my inventory. I need that cleaned out. How do I make one of these again? That's a torch. Oh no, I can't remember how you make a... Alright, I know you can go to the press H for the handbook, and I think it's called a fire starter. There we go. 1 hay, 2 sticks. I don't have 2 sticks. I don't have 2 sticks. Maybe stick. Is there a way to break down a stick? No, there is not. You can't break down. Wait, breaking sticks. Do sticks. Okay. You know what? We're gonna sleep cold. It's morning. We've survived in our little hovel. Gonna eat these berries. 1. That's all the food we have. And if I'm not mistaken, I can. Oh, that's meant to be a forward camera, but we don't have room for it. So I'll just have to do it. Maybe if I go outside. Maybe, nope, that's my behind. How do I? No, I can't do it. But there is our home. Our little hovel house. And we're going to call this first episode here. So, I've been Kobold Queen. This has been Vintage Story. And I'll hopefully see you in the next episode. Goodbye. Oh, I just broke the door. Oh no.